So what's going on, people? Welcome back to another show. And today I'm John. I'm doing all things Toon or Toon Talk, basically. And with me, I got my guy and Liam. Liam, how are you doing, my guy? You good?
I am fine yourself.
I'm great. I'm not feeling bad, not feeling bad. Looking a bit better than the last time, mate. You had your dressing gown on, apparently. So don't know what happened there, like, but at the end of the day, I mean, things are great. And the channel's coming on strong, got 451 subscribers at this moment in time. I had to jump a few others as well from work. So, yeah, it's great.
That's what I like to hear, mate.
So, there you go. Nice. If you do like any of my videos, could you please take a like on my video? And also, please subscribe to my channel if you are new or you haven't done so. Also, follow Liam on Twitter and also follow him on Newcastle Fans TV. So, Liam, got a few to talk about for the past week or so. I want to start with the Newcastle's defeat against Chelsea. Lost by 2-0. 2 poor goals. Emil Kraft is absolutely useless. Jamal Lewis has not been good enough. Yeah, what's going on?
I think that obviously the first half was very, very flat, wasn't it? There was no. I think the players got into their head that we're 10 points clear of Fulham and we don't really need to fight as much against the big teams because there was no urgency. They were hardly like closing the players down. It just seemed like they were just so lackluster. But then I seen somewhere from, I think it was Lee Ryder saying that Lascelles kicked off during half time.
Yeah,
And set a few home truths, and obviously that's probably why the second half was slightly better. But hopefully, with Lascelles kicking off again, it's going to push some players forward. It would have been interesting to see which players he was actually talking about, mind. But I do agree with you. Kraft and Lewis have been shocking all season.
you know what it is. I mean, you said there about Jamal Lascelles coming to send some home truths yesterday. It's come out yesterday. Why did it not come out on the night of the game? Why has it not been brought out in October, November? We've not been good enough. Why is it now to come out and say that?
Yeah, well, I think it could be the point. It could be like because Lascelles had COVID, so he wasn't in the squad. So, and I
Well,
think we've mentioned it on a couple of our videos that there's no real leaders in that team when Lascelles isn't playing. There's like leaders that can be showing the example of performances, but there's no real talkers.
this is the thing. I mean, there's just no leaders or whatsoever. And the players, if you look at the players, especially at half time when they come off the pitch, they all had the heads down. The heads are down, and no one's just on the clue when they come out in the second half. Gary Neville from Sky picked it up on the players. There's like 6 or 7 players come out, and where's the rest of them? And Steve Bruce has come out yesterday and said that, look, it takes about something like a minute and a half to walk from the dressing room to the stadium. And for me, I think Steve is making it up again. Do you know what I mean? But this guy, real talk, he's a disgrace. He really is. But yeah, I don't know what's going on at the club. I really don't. Something ain't right there.
Yeah, I don't think Bruce will go. If we're still 17th, then that's fine. Actually, because he's still going to get his massive money in, isn't he? I think actually he'll press the panic button when we're dropping into the bottom three. If we do drop into the bottom three.
I mean, personally, for me, as things stands, if Steve Bruce does stay at Newcastle, and this is my opinion, I think we're going to get relegated. I think Fulham will turn it around. I think Fulham will stay up if Steve Bruce stay. And I'm sorry to say that. But I've got Tom say afternoon, John. Hope you okay, fella. And I've also got Sam from NFTV. Sam, how are you doing? Hope you okay. It's Liam, the Rollers care. Yay!
I'll explain that after the show. I don't think it's appropriate for the day. Like.
Yeah, please do, man. Please do. And you got Adam for NFT. Adam, how are you doing, guy? You okay, my guy? And yeah, I'll look after him. Don't worry about that, my friend. You know what I mean? He's a great guy. He really is. But yeah, we lost, like I said, we lost 2-0 and 2 poor goals. I mean, like I said, Emma Kraft was blamed for the first goal, definitely. And yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm on the stream. I've been down later. Sorry about that.
It's all right, mate.
No, it's just me, mum. She knows I'm on. Great. Yeah, all it is, right, is just you'd like to talk to us about the first half of the game. I think it's a disgrace first half, and it's just not good enough for Newcastle.
Yeah, the first half was like when we were on that losing streak of 12 games, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was just flat and no urgency. And I do think the front 3 or 4 didn't really have much of an impact throughout the whole entire game. People are saying Gale had a poor game, but then so did Miggy and ASM.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean, Dwight Gale was playing in his right position. He should be playing up front, not on the right wing. Whose idea that is just an absolute joke. It looked like Amiron played as a false 9, and it just didn't work at all, didn't it?
Yeah, it was just lackluster. I think a couple of the lads said that we should have started Andy Carroll instead of Dwight Gale. So I'm hoping Andy Carroll starts against Man U because Maguire and Lindelof don't really. Is it Lindelof? I think it is. Yeah, Lindelof don't really like big, strong centre forwards. So they're just more like because obviously they're quite strong themselves. But obviously, I think if someone outmuscles them, they're not going to really like it. And I think that's what their weakness is if someone's stronger, then they're absolutely poor against them.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Cal's got to start but knowing Bruce, he'll probably start with Joe Linton. The trouble, which is the thing, I think Carroll only scored 1 goal this season. And for me, it's not the Andy Carroll that we used to see. But he's fit now, and I think he needs to step up if he does play because he's playing for a contract till the end of the season. And as things stands, I don't think he'll get a new contract alongside Dwight Gale.
Yeah, I think the problem with Carroll is he's not trusted to play a full 90 minutes because of how injury prone he is. So that's probably why he gets 10, 15 minutes at max some of the games. But then it's not going to because I think some of the times he brings them on at like 89 minutes when we're like say 2-0 down or 2-1 down, and you're sort of like scratching your head saying he's going to cause problems, but he's not going to cause that many problems in like the final 5 minutes.
It's just a slap in the face, Liam. Do you know what I mean? I mean, if I was a player and he asked us to go on the pitch, the last 1 minute to go, for me, it's just a slap in the face. I can remember when Italy played Sweden in the World Cup back in 2017. I think it was Dino De Rossi was asked to go on the pitch in the 60-yard minute. And he turned around to Ventura, the manager, and said, look, what's the point of me going on the pitch? If he refused to go on the pitch, he should be sent off forward. And that cost Italy the World Cup place and in Milan. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out for Italy without the competition. I've got Geordie here. I hope you're okay, mate. Afternoon to you. Fulham has been decent this season, performance-wise, but haven't been able to get results. I think they will turn it around soon. I totally agree. Fulham's got some good players there.
But I think they've got young, hungry players. I think obviously Josh Maja came from Bordeaux and obviously was formerly at Sunderland, so that's going to be an interesting one if he sends it down. But I think there's that. Luke Min seems quite up for it, and I think they've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek from Chelsea, who's obviously was on the periphery of the England squad, wasn't he, for a while? And obviously, I think he got a bad injury last season. So I think that they've got a lot of hungry players, and I think you've seen it against Burnley midweek that they were fighting, seemingly fighting for everything. I don't think the quality was necessarily there, but they were hungry and chasing players down and tackling and getting stuck into people.
Yeah. I think Fulham are canny team with Scott Parker. He's doing a fantastic job at this moment in time. They're not won a lot of games. They've drawn a lot of games. But at the end of the day, I just think Scott Parker's going to get it right. And I think the players will respond to him in no time very soon. I've got Geordie again. Darlow or Dubravka. For me, all day long Dubravka.
Yeah, I was until the last game. I was saying Darlow, but I think Dubravka. Obviously, I think everyone knows Dubravka's that step up from Darlow, and obviously Darlow's been superb throughout the season. But yeah, for me, it would be Dubravka.
All day long, he's a leader. He's got passion. He's vocal as well. And when he punches a bar, it doesn't flaps at it. He just pushes us up or punches as far as he could. Striker do not get a tap in. The trouble is, though, according to reports on the Chronicle, now whether I believe them, I think they've been telling lies of late, that Dubravka is not very happy, and he may want away in the summer. And if that is true, and I spoke to Holly last night on my press conference reaction last night, we cannot forgive him. We cannot forgive Bruce if that's allowed to happen.
Yeah, I can see why Dubravka's on a hobby, because obviously he was the Newcastle's #1 for the last two and a half seasons, but then he got injured, and then Darlow's if Darlow's performances were poor, he would have been in the team. But because Darlow's been on such a hot streak, you can't really drop him necessarily. So I can understand why he's unhappy. But I think Dubravka will be number one probably going forward and number one next season.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, I'd rather get him in now, sort of thing. You're right, but Woodman's got major play as well. Got Jonathan Greenwood. Jonathan, hope you're okay, mate. Liam talks a lot.
It's because I see Miggy runs a lot on our shows all the time. So
I love Miggy. I really love Miggy. But yeah, now we're on channel loss. And there's your favourite last on the stream. Holly and Claire's my favourite. Holly, hi John, Liam. Hope you're well. Holly, absolutely fine. Thanks again for coming on my show last night. Doing my press conference reaction as well. Absolutely amazing. And if she can get her own channel, I would have been the first on their mind. I've told her that. And Steve Bruce, if it's the real Steve Bruce, and say, John, do you know where Julian is today? And to be honest, I don't care. I don't know where he is. As far as I'm concerned, he can go to Rio, top of his tan in Brazil, because he looks a bit pale. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want Joe Linton playing for Newcastle ever again, because apparently, according to reports, he might know, but they're going to give him to the end of the season to fix up. If he doesn't fix up, then he could be get a loss in Newcastle once and for all.
Yeah, I think with Joe Linton, it's I think everyone's scratching the head why they bought him for 40 million. I could understand it if it was like maybe 10, 20 million. Do you know what I mean? Like, but 40 million's a massive transfer fee, and like imagine that money that Bruce could have spent on other players. Obviously, this wasn't a Bruce signing, but
yeah.
I think that's what people forget is like it's just because it was in Bruce's season that it's not his signing, so you can't really blame him for that. But yeah, I don't think we'll get anywhere close to 40 million from. Like, I think we'll be lucky to get 10 if he does go.
Yeah, I have to agree with you as well. I mean, for me, I'd just give him away. End of the season, doesn't fix up, give him away. And I've got quite a few people watching our channels live, which is fantastic. Thanks very much. Please take a like to the video. Subscribe if you are new. I've got 451 subscribers at this moment in time. I want that to continue to go out northwards, and it'd be amazing. Sam says, "Did I ever tell you about the time I interviewed Andy Shearer?" Do you know what? I haven't seen that at all. Is it still on there?
He never stops going on about it. Like every chance he gets, he just drops it in.
Wow, I mean, big up to Sam, because at the end of the day, I mean, if you can get a former star player or a big name come on your show, like the journalists, well, I'd love to get the journalists onto my channel as well. It should be amazing, like, you know, and talk all things Newcastle. And I guarantee you, my subscribers are absolutely boosted at the moment in time, and yours as well. Yeah, I mean, Sam suggests, Sam, welcome on my channel, my guy. Just let us know, and I'll get you on later over the weekend. Anytime you come on, let us know. Got Steve again. John, how much is Joe Linton worth? 15 million. Now, what it is, right? I mean, it's Four Husbands sure who was to buy Paul Toon with you. He asked us how much will it be worth now. And I slipped and said 15 million if he's lucky. And then Paul had his eyes wide open. And so did PD Proudlock. Yeah. And so did Sharky as well. Oh my God. I couldn't believe what I said. 50 million pound. And I've got me something now. The kids are calling John Linton for some reason, you know. And he wants to change his Twitter handle to John Linton. I said, no way, ain't happening. Wow.
Yeah, I can see why people are taking the piss. He's definitely not worth 50 million. Like his contract might be, but he's certainly not as a player.
Christ, no. I'll just give him away, man. I mean, if they're offering 50 million, I'll take it. I'll just celebrate and get a proper. I'll get 2 decent midfielders if I'm honest with you. You know what I mean? But there you go. Yeah, we touched on Jamal Lascelles as well and being vocal sort of thing. Yeah, I know he's had COVID. He's not been that to his best. He does tackles closer to the box and gets himself a yellow card. I mean, do you think he should be taken out in the firing line? Because for me, I think he should.
Yes and no. I think yes, his performances haven't been great, but then no, because we haven't got many centre backs, like fit centre backs at the club. And without him, without really him and Richie, there's no real voices on the pitch. So I'd rather have. You've got to look. You'd rather have your captain playing than not playing.
Yeah, I mean, but for me, he's not leadership. He's not a leader at the back to whatsoever. For me, he's not a leader. And the fact is, when you look at the second goal again, all the players his was Toon, and Jamal himself had a head up like back into the sky. He never once went to the player and said, clapped and said, "Come on, Howie, rather the troops up." There's not one of that, and I've spotted that a long way, and so did Paul as well. Well, I didn't watch along, and for me, I thought to myself, hang on a minute, is he really leading this team? the answer to that was no. Definitely not a leader, but maybe without being a captain, so for now, I think he might be okay. But that's leadership, not for me.
Who would you have as captain if it wasn't for themselves?
Isaac Hayden. Isaac Hayden.
Would you?
Isaac Hayden, right? Because I think the guy, I mean, he's got leadership qualities, you know. If it's a young Matt Ritchie, I take Matt Ritchie. If he's young, but he's on his way at the end of the season. He's a shouter. And that's what Newcastle players need. Someone's going to shout at them because there's no talkers at all. John Shelby, please no. Ain't good enough for me. Definitely not a leader. And he just plays for himself as well. I've noticed that as well. But for me, I even give Martin de Braak a go as a captain because he can see everything, can he?
Yeah, I think the only problem with goalkeepers is like they kind of go and charge up the pitch and speak to the referee. I think that's the only downside of having a goalkeeper as a captain. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather have an outfield player. I think it's hard to say because there isn't really anybody that's performances are outstanding, and there's not really anybody that's like is a vocal point on the pitch. But I did see one tweet during the week or during the match actually, and it was when we were defending the corner. It was only Dwight Gale that was actually communicating in the box. So tells you the story.
Yeah, that is true. That is very, very poor. Absolutely shocking. It seems to either don't want to play for Steve Bruce, and they need leaders, and there's none there that are. Excuse me. Start with a new manager as well. Just got Geordie here. Do you think Lascelles should be captain?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I've got James Brown, not the legendary James Brown, who the artist James Brown. Remember him? I think he was fantastic in his time, man. Wow, what a singer, a great voice, I said, Jonathan, what do you think the score will be tomorrow? For me, I know it says the end of the show, but I'm going to say 4-0.
I've seen something before, and it was saying that Pogba's out. Phil Jones is out definitely, and I think there was Martin Van Beek, doubtful.
Van Beek.
Scott McTominay is doubtful, and the centre forward, is he Argentinian? I think is
Uruguayan.
Yeah, I think he's doubtful as well. So if them are all out, then that's could be like some of the spine of the team. So it could be quite an interesting game. But then it all depends on what Steve Bruce does.
Well, you still have to play a 4-2-3-1, no matter sort of thing,
Yeah.
Or you go 4-3-3 and just take a chance. He has to. If he plays 5-4-1, then we're not going to win that game. We only won 3 times in the last 22 games playing the 5-4-1. So that is not good. And again, he needs to get his tactics right. And I just don't think he has. But you've got some important games coming up. We've got to play Man U. You've got Wolves at home next Saturday. Then we've got West Brom. And then we've got Villa. And those are the games would tell us where we're going to go.
Yeah. I think we need at least 7 points out the next 4 games as a minimum.
I have to agree. Because Fulham would get most points as well. They got Sheffield United today. And then I think they got Palace away. And I think they got Man City on the way as well. But at the end of the day, I mean, it just is what it is. I don't know if you listened to Steve Bruce's press conference as Liam, what he said yesterday when he was asked about Scott Parker's comments, and he come out and he said that, well, bring it on. He basically told Fulham and Scott Parker to just say, bring it on. Let's do the talking on the pitch, blah, blah, blah. And Scott Parker's come out and says some good things, big up the players up and being confident. And if Steve Bruce come on and say, bring it on, stuff like that. I mean, the way he's acting the press conference, man, it's very strange. And I got to do the press conference reactions every Friday. And that's what he said. It's always the same thing over and over again. I don't think the press are challenging him at all. He's having an easy ride. What's your take on that?
I sometimes think the press are scared to maybe challenge him too much because obviously they're going to get another ban on there like they did a couple of weeks ago. So I think they can only pressurise him so much, and then he just goes to pot and probably tells the PR manager they're not coming back in next week. So I think some of the times the hands are tied.
I mean, the thing is as well. I mean, I think he doesn't want to be challenged. He just wants an easy ride. I mean, it's right for him to lie about us saying about the letters. He's decent supporters and stuff like that, and having to go at Rafa and stuff like that. And yes, when he gets it back, and when Lee Ryder took him to task and said, after the Brentford game, and he gave me a one-word answer. I thought, I tell you what, he's lost the media as well, not just the players and the fans, media as well.
Yeah, he's just. I think he just kind of handle press conferences. It doesn't look like he can handle criticism, because I think he's probably doing the best of his ability, which obviously isn't good enough. Because I think we played five at the back through the whole 12 games we lost, and he didn't change anything. Like if you worked in a factory and you weren't getting a car out, say, you would look at every process and see what was impacting that, and he just doesn't have the intelligence to change things.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't change. He's just stuck in his own little warp, stuck in the times, and he still thinks we're in the 19th century sort of thing, but he doesn't realize we're in the 20th century or 21st century. You know what I mean? And if we go to Toon sort of thing, he doesn't change the tactics tactically sort of thing. He's so tactically inept, tactically naive, and he's out of his depth. The club's too big for him, and I've said that from day one, and it ain't good enough. And I've got Geordie here. He said there might be nothing in these Rafa rumours, but it's the first time I've heard any noises about Bruce leaving. If not else, that's a positive. I mean, last night, the Chronicle put in a report and said that Rafa Benitez could be coming back to Newcastle. Ashley's told him to keep him up, keep the club up. And then an hour later, the Chronicle's come and quickly dismissed it. I mean, I think the Chronicle needs to be careful here, because at the minute, they're breaking the fan base.
Well, I think the Chronicle have always been unreliable for the last couple of years, haven't they? But I think everybody would accept Rafa back with open arms. And I think it would be even funnier if it was Rafa that got Steve Bruce sacked, because I think obviously he's had his rants about him in the press, so that would be like quite funny.
Oh yes, absolutely. And I was going to do a quick interview with Holly Blades on 9:10 last night, because she was so excited. So was I, and I was getting things set up. So for 5 minutes before we come on live, she quickly tweeted us and said that they quickly dismissed it. Again, the Chronicle needs to be careful here. If they've got nothing to say, if they haven't got anything bad to say, don't do it. Because at the end of the day, right, I prefer to listen to the national press than the local press, if I'm honest with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think the Athletic's the one to go to, like, for any updates.
Like George Colkins, Chris Waff. I like Chris Waff. I mean, he's honest as well. And you've got a few of the journals like Matt Slater sort of thing. He can be a bit prickly as well, Matt Slater. Because I sent a tweet out to him once, right? And he had a right go at us, yeah? I'm surprised he didn't block us, but I apologised to him very quickly, and he apologised back to us on a DM. So I'll give him credit for that. And
yeah.
You know what I mean? But this is the thing, right? All these celebrities and all these journalists sort of thing, they don't like criticism, they block you straight away. But we're just speaking the truth as fans, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the whole thing across the board. I think at the moment you criticise anybody and you're either getting blocked or you're just getting stopped communicating with them. Do you know what I mean? They don't like criticism. Like Steve Bruce is the main man at the moment that doesn't like criticism, because I think when we won our first game in like 12 games, and everyone was saying it was down to the new lad that came and the new coach and staff. He didn't like it, and then the next game he was banished up to like in the stadium somewhere. So it's just
wow, yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I think Steve Bruce is just. I've never met the guy. I'm sure he'd be a good guy for a drink, but for me, it's not a Newcastle manager for me. And the sooner he realises that, the better. And also, I think he needs to act away because of his health, and even he's getting abused. Now, I'll say it now. I can't take online abuse. I will not accept that, whoever you are. No way, right? No one don't deserve that, Steve Bruce included, yeah? But take it away. We're talking about Steve Bruce as manager, as Newcastle United, yeah? He's not the man for Newcastle. I did not want him from day one, yeah? I wanted them out before me coming in the stadium. I do not want him at Newcastle.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean?
See, the whole abuse thing is a bit bizarre. Like, why would you not go to the police instead of going on a national radio show? Do you know what I mean? Say if you got death threats, you wouldn't go on like you wouldn't come on here saying, "Oh, I got death threats." You would go to the police first and let them deal with it. Do you know what I mean? It just seems like I'm not saying it has or has it happened. Do you know what I mean? It just seems like, why would you get your son to go on a national radio show and say, "Oh, my dad's getting death threats," but then not going to the police first?
Totally agree. And also, where's the proof? Where is the proof to say that he's in death threats? You know what I mean? Don't come on the national radio live saying he's been getting death threats. Go to the police. You're right. I mean, come on, I mean, I just think it's disgrace, man. Honest to God, I think some people, but come to Jim White. Honestly, man. Oh, some people. I got the Steve Bruce again. If it's a real Steve Bruce, which I doubt, I'm stuck in here to these lads. I'm good enough to manage Celtic. No, you're not. Celtic job. I guarantee you. That player's got to thank Lampard if he wants it next season. I can guarantee you that. David, hi, John. How are you, mate? I'm absolutely fine. And hope you're okay too, David. And Jose, do you think Geert said Guardiola has done a decent job, though? I'll ask you the question, Liam.
Who's that?
Graham Jones.
Oh, Graham Jones. I didn't know if it was Mike Williamson, because obviously he's at Gateshead at the moment, isn't he? I think he's doing what he can, but obviously you've got Steve Bruce and he's underqualified coaching staff there, so he's probably walking up the wall and banging his head against it like after every like coaching session. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, he's done an all right job.
Yeah, I think he's done out in the moment, right? But that's why he's coming, sort of thing, to help the players as well. And Steve Bruce doesn't like it, so I mean, to me, I think I make a prediction now. I think Steve Bruce will be gone at the end of the season, no matter what. And if he does stay beyond next season, believe you me, I think we're going to be in huge trouble, because in the league, we came back for the Premier League, finished 10th, then 12th, then 13th, now 17th at the current state. We're just gone backwards. You know what I mean? Rafa can't be blamed for that, and because he was being backed properly, but Steve Bruce was back to the tune of £100 million, and he cannot get a tune out of the players at all whatsoever. And bless you at the back. Bless you. So, I mean, it's just a disgrace, man. Do you know what I mean? And I've got Steve Bruce. With a real Steve Bruce, Steve, please stand up. Thank you very much, but no thank you. But nah.
Yeah, here's a question for you, John.
Salute to the army, but I will not be saluting to Steve Bruce. I'd rather salute to Fiona Bruce, to be quite honest with you, but there you go. I was going to say, who's been, I did ask you, who's been your player of the season so far for Newcastle?
I think there's only two, isn't there? I think it's either Hayden or Darlow.
Hayden Darlow. No Wilson? Not Wilson?
No. I do like Wilson, but I think he did go missing in that 12 games, which obviously wasn't his fault. But I think he has gone through spells where he has played poor, and I don't think Hayden or Darlow has went through a significant spell where they've played poor consecutively.
Sure. Well, for me, it'd be Callum Wilson, player of the season for me. I mean, Darlow, first half part of the season, had moments I think he's been outstanding, but other moments I've seen clear, and his vocal's not strong enough for me, sort of thing. But don't get us wrong, I think Darlow's been fantastic this season. For me, I think Hayden has been absolutely an unsung hero for Newcastle. But I want to see Isaac Hayden perform in the big games. I want to see what he's like when he performs in the big games, because at the minute, for me, I think comes up short at this moment in time. That's a club. Weird. It's either when you play well against West Brom, right? Centre of defence, But when you come against a bigger team, sort of thing, I want to see him do a lot more. And listen, I think, like I said, Isaac's been an unsung hero for us at this moment in time. And I've got Steve again. Callum Wilson makes a cracking cutter. No, baby. So yeah, I mean, I've got me Monster energy drink as well, because I don't drink alcohol. You see, I don't drink, don't smoke, never touch drugs, never.
What, you don't drink?
Don't drink, don't smoke, never touch drugs, never, never. Not for me, baby. But I've got to lose a bit. I need to lose half a stone, though, kid. I need to lose half a stone. If I do that, when the gyms are open, I'll be hitting the gym. I'll be hitting the cardios, smash it up, and train like a professional.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything worse than going to the gym.
Do you not go in the gym, No?
No.
Well, you're still young, Liam. You're still young.
Yeah,
You're only 20s, right?
I'm 26.
Wow, 26, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm 51. I don't look 51, man.
No, you look about 70, I think, mate.
Thank you. Have fun. Have a good day. Yeah, that's right. Wow. Oh man. Listen, I mean, the end of the day, when people say no, I look 51, I'm not ashamed to say my age. I mean, at the end of the day, don't look it. And 52 in August, flipping heck.
Yeah, you didn't look 51, mate.
Thanks, man. Thanks very much. And I appreciate that. Thanks for the compliments, my guy. And no, top of my guy, James Brown. Nah, he's a top guy, sort of thing. If it's a singer, sort of thing. He goes, you tried Monster Mango Loco. James, I haven't tried it yet, mate. What I've got here is Monster Taurine, and that's a 0 sugar one I've got at this moment in time. So I'll raise the toast to that. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I was going to say, what we're going to talk about here, we're going to talk about, the Man United game. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a tough game on Sunday. Yes, you just mentioned earlier, they got some key players who's like Varney, and they got Popper out, McTominay's doubtful. And how do you think we're going to go there? How do you think you should approach the game? What tactics would you use, and who would you play?
I would go 4-2-3-1. It would be Darlow in goal. Dubravka in goal. Right back would be Hayden. Centre back would be Lascelles and Clark. Left back, unfortunately, would be Lewis.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the park, I think I would play a mixture of Shelvey, Matty Longstaff, Hayden, and Willock. And then up top would be Andy Carroll and Miggy and ASM on the wing.
That looks like 4-3-3 there.
Yeah, 4-3-3. I think that's probably what I'd do. But what I think will happen is we'll go 5-4-1 and just sit back and just hope we'll get a lucky goal.
Well, if you're going to play 5-4-1, I've got to do a live watch along to my lead sort of thing, so I have to suffer from that sort of thing, watching that 5-4-1. So, but for me, I'm going to go 4-2-3-1, and I'll say the back goal. Right back, I drop Kraft, and I wouldn't take a Hayden out. I'll probably play Hayden right back looking at it, but I think he'd be better off in midfield. So for me, I'll play him right back, and then he can join the 3 centre backs that needs to be. If Fernandes is fit, I'll play him. I'll play after Lascelles and Clark got no choice. I'll play Dominic to left back. And the 2 holders, I'll go with Matty and Shelvey. Got no choice of Shelvey now because we're going to have to play him. He's got to play him anyway. So,
yeah.
And then I'll play Miggy, ASM. I'll play Thursday, and I'll play up front Andy Carroll. I'll probably drop Willock at this moment in time. But if Matty doesn't play, then I have to play Willock in. But then again, we're going to overrun the midfield because you need a tackler in that midfield. We need someone that fight in the midfield and not being overrun in the midfield. Because if you watch the Chelsea game, the ball's being played across from midfield to the left and left wing and Werner all the time. They've done that so many times because Kraft is the weak link. He is the weak team. And I just do not rate the guy at all whatsoever, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So for me, no chance. Hi, David. I hope you're okay, mate. Jordy, I think Man U win 4-0. That's what I've got. And Jordy's his team would play to back and go. Dummett, Clark, Lascelles. It looks like a 3 cent. Does it look like a 3? No. Then Lewis. So really, Dummett can't play right back. And Lewis can't play right back. And then you got Amiron, Shelvey, Matty, Hayden. And then ASM and Gale. It looks to me, I think he's got a 5-4-1 there at the minute.
Yeah. I just realised I played Hayden in 2 positions. I played him right back and centre mid. So I'd probably in the centre mid I'd probably go Matty, Shelvey, and Willock. That's my 3.
That's in 3 mid. Yeah, that's fair enough because you definitely need a decent right back there. But this is the thing. I mean, what is the point of selling a right back where you don't buy a right back? It doesn't make sense, doesn't it? It really don't. And that's exactly what you've done with Yedlin as well, not got a replacement because they know if one of the right back gets injured, like Creeler is, then we're going to be stuck. We only got Kraft at a right back or Emerald. Emil crap. That's what I'll call him because he is crap. Emil is crap.
Yeah, I think that's Newcastle all over. Sell a player and not replace them, isn't it?
That is the thing. That's down to the manager. And I don't want to see a manager like Bruce come out and say, "Oh, we covered in that position," sort of thing like that. That's exactly what he did. He come out and said, "Wow, we got 2 quality right backs." Yeah. And what they did. The same with Wilson. They have not learned the lesson. We needed another quality striker, even on loan, right? Because if Callum gets injured, who's going to take the mantle? He's going to take his mantle. No one, because Jordan can't score goals. In fact, he can't even run or press. Andy Carroll, injury prone. Yeah, okay, he does try, but again, sort of things, not the Andy Carroll we know. And Dwight Gale, well, it's not good because if I'm on the right side of midfield.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just that's not what Gale's about. Gale's about in the 6-yard box tapping them in, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. But that's not good, man. I mean, something needs to be fixed up for there, sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, I was going to say as well. We haven't talked about Ryan Fraser. He has to have much games for me at the minute. I mean, is he going to play? Oh, I Fraser. We've not seen Ryan Fraser ASM together. Steve Bruce has come out and said that he's not seen them both played yet. But 6 games later, they still not played together.
Yeah, I think I seen some stat during the week that when Ryan Fraser came on, he made more chances than the same chances as ASM and more chances than Miggy. ASM only made 2, and I'm assuming Miggy only must have made 1. So I think he did. He was probably a lot better than ASM and Miggy. So it's like, do you drop potentially one of them, or do you drop Willock and then play 4-2-3-1 and just have them changing positions all the time?
Well, I see what you mean there. I mean, I'd definitely play wingers sort of thing. Wingers is going to cross the ball for Andy Carroll. I mean, I'll definitely play ASM and Fraser both wide and me on the role, and then play Carroll up front.
Yeah.
And then the ordinary rules, yeah. I mean, Show's going to have to play. But then again, with Hayden playing him alongside him, this is the thing. If not, I'll play Hayden right back. I'll bring Matty Longstaff in. But that Steve Bruce ain't going to pick Matty Longstaff. He'll probably play Willock and Shelby in the mid and Hayden right back. And that's the all I think is going to get better. But you're right.
Yeah, like we're saying, he'll probably play Hayden at right back. He'll probably just play Kraft again at right back.
Better target him tomorrow because I think Marcus Rashford will play on that side tomorrow because if he passed him, he is done. Then you got Greenwood on the other wing as well against Lewis. There's only one winner there. And it ain't going to be our fullbacks because our fullbacks are quite weak in a minute. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I don't want to cost Jamal Lewis, dude. I'll show you come good with a different manager. But I watched him now, right? And he looks a little boy lost for me. I mean, I remember in the second half, he pulled out a tackle and Chelsea nearly scored from that. And then he also did a weak header away. It went straight to the player and he fired it over the top, I think it was. And I'll tell you something, right? I mean, Jamal Lewis needs a lot of work. Our fullbacks needs a lot of work, if I'm quite honest with you. Matt Ritchie will not play for Newcastle again, I doubt. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm not. I haven't been Lewis's biggest fan. Like, it just seems, I think he just seems scared of the ball. He always goes backwards or sideways. Like, he's an attacking fullback from my recollection of him in Norwich, but he's scared to go forwards now. Bruce must have instilled something in him where he says, "Mate, just pass it backwards and you'll be fine." Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's killed us. I think he's killed his career at this moment in time. And it's not even a season yet. He's definitely killed his career. And I just hope, and I've always said that, I just hope Steve Bruce gets sacked before the end of the season. But we both agree it ain't going to happen because Ash is just going to run this club to the ground. And that's exactly what he's doing. I've got Taylor Hopkirk saying, "Have you and Julian had a date yet?" Very funny. No, I haven't. No. I told you, I want them away. I want them gone. But yeah, but I think Jamal Lewis will come good, but definitely under a new manager. Not with
me. I think we probably should have got someone like Jethro Williams in because obviously Bruce's whole point of not bringing Jethro in was he hadn't really played, but then Willick's only played like 8 games this season, which isn't a massive amount.
I know. I mean, we definitely miss Williams as well. But apparently, according to Bruce, he said he's still not match fit, and these new rules has come in and said you got to play a certain games before you can get the move. And EU and stuff like that sort of thing. But again, he's making excuses basically, sort of thing. He wants to come to Newcastle, but he will not come to Newcastle if we get relegated. I can guarantee you that. No way. No way. And then Joe Linton reckons he's tagging to a chicken Nandos. Yeah. Nandos saying, Metro, a bit far away, kid. But it is all it is. Like, you know, so have you got any more NFTV programs to do? Like, you got to do score on the players tomorrow, player ratings tomorrow. You got to do.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything for the rest of the day. For the rest of the day on Newcastle Fans TV, but obviously we've got the watch along and then the quick reactions after the match and scoring the players' fan reaction and also the last word with I think Lee does late at night.
Wow, I wish I could do it late at night as well. I'd love to do 3 streams a day. I mean, I could do 3 streams on Saturday, 3 streams on Sunday, and that takes hard graft. If you can do that 3 times a day, then believe you me, it's hard graft, and that's why I get more followers, more subscribers as well. I mean, someone offers to do like get my channel promoted sort of thing, or just you know, like take it a bit further.
Yeah,
I put like, you know. But it's going to cost us something like 250 quid to do that sort of thing as well. Will it be worth the price? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or will I be better off getting 1,000 subscribers first and then do some super chats? Whatever I get from me super chats, keep that to one side and then go for it.
Yeah, it's all quite interesting. Obviously, I'm still new to the YouTube scene, so I wouldn't want to give you like my advice because obviously it might be the wrong one. But I think as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you've got 400 odd subscribers in a short period of time. So if you keep working at it, you'll eventually get to that 1,000 and probably further on.
Yeah, let's hope so, because at the end of the day, I mean, just keep going and just gonna have fun and just have a good time on it, sort of thing, and just keep doing what I'm doing. Don't take this flipping 4,000 free subscribers. Do not do that, because if I don't know if you had a tweet, if you ever get that, right? They say like, I'm going to offer you a couple hundreds of free subscribers or 1,000 subscribers sort of thing. Do not take it. You do that, your YouTube channel will be taken down. I mean, you advise us not to do it, and a few others as well.
Yeah, obviously you get them. It's like bots, isn't it? Somewhere where they just make a fake account and then just subscribe to you.
Yeah, and they don't do it. Yes, I got 400 odd people, proper people, sort of thing. I even drum it up from work as well, because I do tire deliveries for a job, and I get them to check out my channel, and they want to subscribe to us. And yeah, absolutely amazing, and I just love it.
Yeah,
I got Steve Bruce today. Like, I mean, I want that never mind the players, and see that Paul got 1K the other day, and I'm sure I would get there soon. Let's hope so, my friends. You know what it is, right? I just got to keep going, drum it up, talk to other fans. Well, like, we got Wolverhampton Wanderers next week. See if I can get a Wolves fan to come on me chat and have a chat to them as well, you know. Someone who's really on, sort of thing, you know. Do some research on them, ask them questions. Boom, I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's the thing you need to do. You need to like network with other people, so then their fans can see you and vice versa, and then your numbers will go up. That's what you need to do.
Absolutely, because I'd put in as well, and then Samantha from NUSC Matters sort of thing. She's been on my channel twice, and you know what? She's absolutely amazing. She's screwed on, and I tell you what, for me, when she speaks, I'll just sit back and just let her talk, and I can pause, because I mean, she for me, she's Miss Football, I call her, and then and Holly is amazing as well. I got you're great. I spoke to a Bristol City fan the other day when Dean Holden got sacked, and I thought I got to get the girl on, because he's a City fan, and he's a great lad. And yeah, I spoke to Ala Reid, you know, from NUSC Matters as well, the Saudi lad. Spoke to him the other day. I had 100. I think I got 115 viewers watched it live that day.
Yeah.
Viewers, 115 viewers watched it live, so I'm made up for that, you know.
Yeah, but just keep doing what you're doing. You'll eventually get to the target you want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I was going to say, I'm going to start quickly. So obviously you're quite a busy lad, sort of thing, and you've got your projects as well to do. So I've just gone away from Steve. Thought it was a football channel, not an animal channel. So don't talk about wolves. Wow. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant, man. Oh, man. I mean, I spoke to Claire Williams the other day, right, for all about Manchester United, and spoke about Newcastle as well. And we had a lad called David. He's just in the message there, sort of thing. He's to all out his problems, sort of thing. So I thought I'd get him on for 5 minutes, sort of thing. He's a decent lad, and I just hope he gets better soon. I hope he has sanity, sort of thing, and things playing up, sort of thing. Bless him, but I hope he gets better soon. I really do, and I hope he comes on. I hope he keeps coming to me. He's been on. He done me player ratings last week, and kept on it, so I thought I'd get him in, sort of thing. Yeah, do me player ratings as well. So yeah, so I was going to say, what do you think the score's going to be before I let you go? What do you think the score's going to be, and will we stay up this season?
Oh, I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle United, and we're going to stay up.
2-1 Newcastle, and we're going to stay up. Well, I hope you're right in both camps. For me, I think we're going to get beat 4-0 because last season it was 4-1. Season before that was 3-2. Season before that was 4-1. This season is 4-1. I'm going to say 4-0 Man U again because we are going to play. We are going to sit back and let them play. And again, it's going to be a long evening, unfortunately, for Newcastle. I don't want to be negative, but I'm just saying how it is, sort of thing. Maybe if we get beat, then they're going to win or get some out of the game. So I've got Jordy, great streams, John and Liam. Thanks so much, Jordy. Hit the like and subscribe if you are new. Exactly that, Jordy. Exactly that. Subscribe if you're new to my channel and subscribe on to Liam's channel as well and follow him on Twitter as Liam James Kia 1. So anyway, I'm gonna end this now because obviously you're quite busy. I'm gonna think of another stream to do later on, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but. Did you enjoy coming on to my show again, Liam?
I mate, it was class. I've been looking forward to it all week, to be fair. Since I messaged you.
Fantastic. I sounded like Laura Woods from Talk Sports. You always ask people, did you enjoy the show? Did you enjoy coming on? And people ask us, I'm a Laura Woods sort of thing. But to be fair to Laura, I think she's amazing on Talk Sport. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people don't like to talk sport, especially our fans, because they always pick up Steve Bruce all the time and not one of other Adrian Durham sort of thing, and just look, they say he's done a wonderful job. Well, if he's done a wonderful job, why was 17th? Why?
Exactly, mate.
No, I mean, he's not doing a wonderful job because 17th, and if he stays there, if Mike Ashley wants to celebrate finishing 17th, that's fine. But that's not where I want to be at the end of the day. I want to be in the top 10, but it ain't gonna happen. So, well, Liam, thanks so much for coming on, my guy, and it's been lovely on again, and make sure you come back again, you know.
Oh, definitely will, mate. Any time you need someone, I'm up for it.
No problem at all. Definitely, Liam. We definitely do that, man. You definitely come back, no doubt about it. Because you talk a lot of sense, and you're funny. I think you're fun, and make sure you do, my guy. And I bet you definitely get back on too.
No worries. Thank you, pal.
You're welcome. Thanks, Liam. Thanks so much for joining me, channel, guys, and please take a like on the channel and subscribe if you're new. And until then, thanks for joining us. Until then, have a good afternoon. See you later. Bye bye.